So you're going to get a taste of some multiple choice questions because we have those on the upcoming test, and we'll also see them on the final. So it's good to continue to practice in that way. And some of these, just keep in mind, are called distractors because they'll look kind of like the answer should look, but are not necessarily accurate. They will also be answers based on common mistakes. So look out for those. Difference of two perfect squares, but you can also take out a 4. So I would suggest taking out that 4. You're left with an x squared minus 4.
Attention,
and then you can factor that even further.
Jason D. Alvarez, report to the guidance office. Jason D. Alvarez, please report to guidance.
You can also take out a 3x. You're left with an x plus 4. Okay. This divided by means times. If I move this to the bottom, I've got now an x plus 4 on the bottom, and up top I can take out a 5, and I'm left with an x minus 2. So it becomes kind of this cancel fest. It's a this minus 2 and minus 2, that plus 4 and that plus 4. Doesn't look like anything else is reducible. You got this 4 and this x plus 2, and you can kind of start looking at narrowing them down. Well, it looks like this is our only option with the 4 and the x plus 2, and you look to the top, your 3x times 5, there's your 15x. Bada bing. All right, we do the same thing down here. You've got your divided by. I would definitely not try and do too many things at once. You got negative exponents. Flip this thing around first. Call that a 15y to the negative 5th power. And I say that because
Teachers, this is just a reminder to please post your attendance. Teachers, please post your attendance. Thank you.
Okay. What happens is if you try to say, oh, as I'm moving this up, I'll change that to a positive or whatever, you're either going to forget to do the divided by change to a times, or you're going to forget to do the negative. Just move them twice. That's the best thing, because you're moving the entire 15y to the negative 2nd power up and this entire thing down. Then you can deal with the x's and the y's. Okay, so this is taken care of now. Now you've got stuff like, well, I should probably even clean it up. This should be moved to the bottom, and it becomes a plus 4 down here because your x to the negative 4 becomes a positive on the bottom. And your y, if you move it down here, it becomes a plus 5 if you add it to the y to the 5th power. Okay, if I clean up what we have, I've got a 15 times a 20. Or 20 times 15, and we'll be able to reduce that in just a second. And you have a 27 times 8, but now you've got this y to the 7th power, because the 2 and the 5, and you have an x to the 1st power. Now take a moment and look and see if that might be all you need. You have a y to the 7th and an x to the 1st on the bottom. Well, that's a possibility, and so is that. But you can eliminate a and c if you've kept track of your denominators. Now the question is, what do all these things reduce to? Well, there's a lot of stuff that can be reduced here. Okay, that's wrong. 8 won't go into 20 and 15 won't go into 27, but parts of it will. Okay, 4 goes into 8 twice and into 15 or 25 times. 3 goes into both of these. 3 goes into 15 5 times, and 3 goes into 27 9 times. So if I multiply those, I got a 25 on top, I got an 18 on the bottom, and I've already looked at my x to the 1st and my y to the 7th. So that gives me this answer right there. And I'm not going to circle it just so you can't peek at the videos and see what's in it. You got to listen.